All right, let's go ahead and get into it. The Lakers versus the Warriors. Tons of different storylines here. You got LeBron versus Steph. The Warriors trying to go for 5 rings. LeBron trying to go for 5 rings. The Warriors just play a tough series versus the Sacramento Kings. Shout out to the Kings. But now it's the semifinals. We're in the end game. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with the Warriors. The number one question I have for the Warriors is how are they going to guard Anthony Davis? Is this going to be Looney? Is this going to be Draymond Green? Shout out to the Warriors. They did a great job guarding Sabonis. I thought that that would be a key to the series, and they definitely neutralized him. Even the games that he had good counting stats, he was not a reliable force. Now comes Anthony Davis. You know, there's things in life called levels. Anthony Davis is a level above Sabonis. So how do the Warriors approach that? Do they struggle guarding Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis has found success playing against the Warriors. That one series that he played against them with the Pelicans way back when, he was dominant in the regular season. He had a couple of dominant games. This is a series where he's averaging 30 and 15 the whole series. I don't think the Warriors can win. Another thing to look for is that the Warriors foul the most of any team in the playoffs, and the Lakers get the most fouls of any teams in the playoffs. So this could be a situation where you could see Looney, one of the heroes of the King series. You could see Draymond Green in foul trouble. The Warriors have not really went into their bench. JaMychal Green has barely played. Are they willing to go small and go with a Kaminga or Lamb on Anthony Davis? I think he would feast on that matchup. So I think, public enemy number one for the Warriors is Anthony Davis and how they contain him. My second question for the Warriors would be Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole averaged 12 points, shot 34% from the field, 27% from three. He was an abomination. He's one of those players that I say, hey, he could look like an all-star one day, a crackhead one day, and he looked like he was more on the just say no to drugs type vibe than an all-star. He sprained his ankle earlier in the series, but I didn't really see the effects of that. So maybe that's the case. If that's the case, can we expect him to play better, or maybe he just played poorly? I would hope if you're the Warriors that it's the latter and he just played poorly and he can bounce back. But the Kings and the Lakers are just two different levels of defense. The Lakers are a better defensive team, a more physical team. So more rim protection, obviously, with Anthony Davis at the rim. So can he snap out of it? I don't think the Warriors, at the age they are, with the playoff miles that they have, to come off of a grueling 7-game series, to ask Steph to again carry the load. There was no game that Steph did not lead the Warriors in scoring in the previous series. To ask him to continue to carry this load would not bode well in this series and going forward. You have to win 4 of these to win the title. So Jordan Poole, he has to step up. He got paid. You forget the labor pain. Show me the baby. Finally, for the Warriors, it's their bench. Again, in that game 7, no bench guy got more than 15 minutes. If you remember the Warriors teams of old with Sean Livingston and Barbosa, these are teams that were very deep, where Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green didn't have to stretch themselves. Now they're older. Clay's had that, multitude of injuries. To ask him to pay these heavy minutes without any bench support versus a Laker team that has a lot of bench players like Rui and Schroeder, I think is just not tenable. So can their bench step up? Can Gary Payton the third? He said that he had an injury that he was going through. Can he play better? Can uh, Dante DiVincenzo play better? Can Jordan Poole play better? If they bring off JaMychal Green off the bench, can he play? I think you need to get some type of production and at least a few of these games from the bench for the Warriors in this series and again going forward. So can their bench show up at all? Because it was just the Steph show, and I don't think that's going to work against the Lakers. They're a better opponent. They're a better defense. They pose different challenges. They're a very physical team. So I just don't think that approach Steph Curry can hold up. So can the bench help them out? On the Lakers side, the number one question for the Lakers is LeBron James. I think people noticed that LeBron, even though he can summon greatness, for him to be consistently great night in, night out, it's pretty hard. This series is going to be a every other night series because of the Warriors delaying the series and it's starting on Tuesday, while a team like the Nuggets and the Suns will be going through their second game. So for them to catch up, they have to play every other night. Them playing every other night, for a 38 LeBron, that's asking a lot. I think he's definitely going to have to measure himself, but he's going to have to take opportunities. Game one is a massive opportunity when you're coming off the rest. Can you seize a game and then, maybe, coast game two and then come with it game 3 and 4 and coast five? That's the way he was playing versus Memphis. Now, Memphis is a younger team. It's a more physical team. It's a more downhill team. It's a team that likes to run. The Warriors are not that team. Not anymore. They're methodical, bring the ball up, run our stuff thing. So can LeBron be consistently great in a series where he's not getting any breaks? It starts every other day. So I would say that's the number one question. The number two question is Anthony Davis. Can he dominate? I mentioned, he dominated when he was at Pelicans against the Warriors. They're a small team. I don't think that Looney is the body type that could guard AD. You saw the work that he was doing against Jaren Jackson Jr., one of the best defensive players of the league. Now, he's not going to be at the rim defending that octopus, where it just seemed like he was just everywhere. The Warriors don't have anything like that. So can AD truly dominate? This is part of the torch passing, that LeBron wanted to do. He wanted a younger teammate that he could pass the torch to, say, hey, you carry the team. I'm here for you, but the every night excellence, that's going to have to be your responsibility. So AD, I don't believe he's even 30 yet. So this is not a ridiculous thing to ask. Can you dominate? Can we have a series where it's 30 every night? We need 30 and 15. Back in the day, his peers, the people that we compared him to, they were the Giannis's, they were the dominant players in the league. And he's kind of gone away from that. We need that type of play from the Anthony Davis. I'm revealing a little bit of my bias. I am a Laker fan, but I still give the analysis, straightforward. But we need AD to have a dominant series. The Lakers need him to have a dominant series to have a chance. And finally, the pairing of Austin Reaves and D'Angelo Russell. What happens with them? They seem like they took turns in playing dominant. Austin Reaves started off the series real hot. He faded towards the end of the series, I think partially because Dillon Brooks was assigned to him more. Then D'Angelo Russell, he had those 3 straight threes that he made in game 4 that catapulted them to winning that game. And then obviously he was dominant in their closeout game 6. Can we get more consistent play from these two players? I believe that, the Warriors are going to test them, in particular D'Angelo Russell, on defense. I think Reaves is actually up for the task of chasing. Reaves is actually up for the task of chasing Steph Curry off of screens, but I don't believe D'Angelo Russell is. They're probably going to target him. Can he hold up? So offensively, can they be more consistent? And defensively, when they are assigned to guard Steph Curry, when they're assigned to run off screens and guard Klay Thompson, can they do it? All right, prediction time. I'm going to go with the Lakers in 6. I think that series versus the Kings, you can look at it a couple different ways. One of my favorite shows of all time was Billions. And Billions, the main character said, everybody has the same information. People just analyze it differently. So you can go through that Kings series and say, wow, the Warriors, they're a grizzled vet. They came, they overcome. Steph Curry had 50 points. Wow, what a great team. The Lakers should be scared. Another way you can look at it is Sacramento Kings, before the playoffs started, everyone agreed out of the West, they're probably the team that everybody wanted to play. A team that's never been to the playoffs, a team that's very bad defensively. That's probably the team you want to play. And the Warriors struggle with them. So you can look at it as a positive or you can look at it as a negative. I'm going to look at it as a negative. I think they struggled to score versus a bad defensive team. The Lakers are obviously several classes above the Kings when it comes to offense. The Lakers are obviously several classes above the Kings when it comes to defense. And then offense, they're going to pressure the rim in ways I do not believe the Kings could, and I do not believe the Warriors are capable of withstanding. So I'm going to go with the Lakers in 6. Again, you could call me biased. I am a Lakers fan, but I just don't think this is a good matchup for the Warriors, in particular with the way Poole is playing. But we'll see what happens. All right, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I respond to all the comments. And as always, the game is the game.